Hey, Danny, you didn't miss the dance. And you were the first comments of the broadcast. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Hey, Enzaman, how are you? I don't know what that says. But hi, everybody. Hey! Oh my gosh! Nasser, I haven't seen you in so long. How have you been? It hasn't been that long, but a few days, and I miss you, and it's good to see you. John Boy, what's up? Good night, John Boy. And good morning. I don't know where you are in the world, John Boy, but I just gotta say goodnight, John Boy. So, Michael Joseph Murray, thank you for sharing this on Twitter. That really helps me out a lot. And thank you so much for my scale. I've been using it. I posted it on my Instagram story earlier. Hello, Richard. It's like my little Christmas present. I appreciate that. Thank you for inviting your followers. If anyone else wants to give me a Christmas present, you can click the link, nextjuice.com/support. It's in the description. And if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see my Amazon wish list. Or you can just support, like these people do. They just send money right to me because they love me and they want to help me to keep this channel going. And I love them right back and can't verbally express how much I appreciate that, how much it means to me that you guys value this channel as much as I do. And I love you. Christmas Eve here. It is Christmas Eve. Oh my god. Is it Festivus? Wait, is this Festivus? Wait, when's Festivus? Googling. You guys are like, aren't we supposed to be talking about a book? We are. We're going to get to it in just a moment. It's Festivus! Happy Festivus for the rest of us! Oh my god, rock and roll! Yeah, it is Festivus. Don't tell me no. It is. I just Googled it. Google knows. Happy Festivus, my friends. We'll have to find a Festivus poll. We'll have to do the airing of the grievances. I have some grievances I could air. You guys have grievances you could air? I think we should definitely celebrate Festivus today. My poll is always up. Wait, what? Chip, what's happening? Exactly, Tiger. You guys know Seinfeld fans. Is that actually a thing? It's a thing. We celebrated it last year. It was a lot of fun. We used my mom's weird workout bar thing that she had that I'm not even really sure what the purpose of it is. We used that for the Festivus poll. We danced around it. We did not wrestle. Instead, we did yoga. But it's fine. We did a Festivus for us, okay? For the rest of us. A little bit different than the wrestling. So, let's talk about this book. Hi, welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. If you don't know, I'm Taylor, and I go live on Periscope every single day, Periscope/Twitter, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day. You can follow me everywhere at NextJuice, and I'm live both on Periscope and YouTube right now, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel to find my book reviews, my ASMR videos, my yoga videos, and more. Like Survivor recaps, and the Survivor season finale was a couple days ago. You can check out my recap from Friday night, and I announced what our plan is and a little game that we're going to be doing for the new all-winners season, Winners at War, for season 40, 20th year anniversary of Survivor. I'm very excited. It airs February 12th, 2020. Doesn't have to be wrestling. Feats of strength also. Well, those are the feats of strength is wrestling, on Seinfeld anyway. Let the airing of grievances commence. Yeah, workout poll. Yeah, it sounds way worse than it is. It wasn't attached to the ceiling or the floor. It was like a portable purple bent kind of. It was almost like it's like an easy bar, but a very light one. Slow dance and underarm shaving. My underarms are shaved. I have no way of showing you without accidentally slipping out flopping out a stop. Oh my god, I'm sorry to the author of this book. Guys, stop making me say ridiculous things. Am I going to Survivor? I'm probably not going to get on Survivor now. Alright, let's talk about this book before things escalate too quickly, as they often do. This is the book. It's called Unqualified Success by Rachel M. Stewart. Bridging the gap between where you are now and where you want to be to achieve massive success. Which is a perfect word, massive, as we close out the year of 2019. Here at NextJuice, our theme for this year has been massive action, as taken from Grant Cardone's book, The 10X Rule. If you don't know, I read a new book every single week. I read 52 books a year, and that was one that I read in the end of last year, so we made it our theme for this year. And you can follow all of my reviews by just going to nextjuice.com and signing up for the book reviews email. If you don't want to do that, you can also just follow me on Goodreads. If you use Goodreads, it's an app, it's a browser-based website as well, but I only email you 3 times a year. You're not going to get any other emails from me. I don't sell your email addresses for anything. I just use it to send you a written version of what we do here. As you can see, I read comments, I get a little off track. It could take me like an hour or 2 hours to review a book fully, and not everybody got time for that. So if you have a short attention span or you prefer to read rather than listen, then it's a great way to get it. And I only send one out every 4 months. So it'll have the summary and review of all the books I've read over the previous 4-month period, which on average is about $16. So you can sign up for that totally for free. It's probably one of the most, if not the most valuable thing that I do on this channel. And if you like it and you think it's valuable and you know that it's free and you appreciate it and you want to support, you can send as little as $5, $10, $100, $1,000 at nextjuice.com/support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What book? It's called Unqualified Success by Rachel Stewart. You know, I'm scrolling up through the comments and I just see, farts keep mosquitoes away. I'm in my chair. I want to be in my bed. Why don't you get up, get off your butt, and get into bed? Oh my God. What did Adam say the day before Christmas? Hey, it's Christmas Eve. And then it became a thing forever. Thanks for inviting Ed. 40. Sure. Are you okay, okay. I read that. I read that. Yep. Okay, good. Hi, Matt. How are you? Hi, everyone. So this book marks a very pivotal moment in my career as a live streamer, because I've almost been live streaming every single day for 3 years. It's almost 3 years. It'll be January 5th. It'll be 3 years that I've been live every single day. And at this point, I go live 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. And this amazing woman sent me this book to review because she found my YouTube channel. Now, that's never happened to me before. I've had people that watch my channel that have been around and they write a book and they send it to me and say, hey, will you review this book? You know, and I kind of meet them. I go in their streams, they come in mine. It's kind of like a, you know, they know I read books. They want me to read it and review it for them and give them feedback, and that's all cool and well. I just had someone send me one recently, Jane Sarami, who is another broadcaster on Periscope. But this is someone who I had no previous knowledge of, no previous relationship with, and she likes that I do book reviews on YouTube, and she sent me this book completely free of charge to read and review, and that is just amazing. I hope that continues to grow. If you're an author and you have a book that you'd like me to read and share with my audience and to promote and maybe promote, I don't love every book. I'm pretty honest about my reviews, but this was a pretty good book. When I review it on Goodreads, I'm a pretty harsh critic, so I probably will give this book like 3 stars, and not because it wasn't a good book, but because I'm a book snob, and I really look for really profound, unique, new pieces of information when I read books, and I didn't feel like this book was deep, I wasn't reading it and going, oh my gosh, having all these aha moments, which I really, if I'm gonna give a book a 5-star rating, like, it's gotta be out of this world, right? And even 4 stars. So on Goodreads, 3 stars means you liked it, 4 stars means you really liked it, and 5 stars means you loved it. And for me to love a book, considering I've read over, I think, 200 books at this point, it's gotta really knock my socks off. And for me to even really like a book, it still has to be a little bit more than entry-level knowledge, which I think this is great for. So if you, and that's really who this book is meant for. So for its intention, it's very effective. So I do like it. I have nothing bad to say about this book. I'm just a harsh critic, and it takes a lot for me to really pull out a 4 or 5-star rating for a book. And I'm sure that she'll write a book. I can tell that she has everything she needs to write books that probably will get 4 or 5 stars from me. I don't know if this is her first book or not, but it is really about being successful when you don't necessarily feel like you deserve or are qualified to be successful. And, you know, I'm just curious, and you can answer this or just think about this to yourself. If you're here live, you can comment, or watching on the YouTube video after the fact, you can comment then. Do you ever feel unqualified? Do you ever feel like maybe I don't deserve the things that I want? Maybe you see my vision board over there and you have something like that, all your goals and your visions and your aspirations, and you think, but who am I to have that? How will I ever get to that level? It's great to think about, but is it realistic? And that is really who this book is written for. So if you have thoughts like that, if you struggle with that, I definitely highly recommend this book. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link to purchase this book right in the description of this video. Let me catch up on comments. Eunice, go to the gym. What are you doing? I've been to the gym twice in the past 24 hours. Hey, Bill. Hey. asked me my favorite book. One of my favorite books is The Virtue of Selfishness by Ayn Rand. Another one of my favorite books is Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson. And I also really like the book Soul Centered by Sarah McLean. So I like a lot of books. There's a lot of really great books that I could give you, but those are 3 of my favorites that really stick out. But if you have a certain category that you're interested in, let me know. And if I've read books in that category, I can give you advice. I'm not a great resource for fiction books. I like Ayn Rand's fiction books as well, but even those were hard for me to get through. I'm not a big novel fiction type reader. I really like books like this, books that are nonfiction, useful books for personal development, business development, books for entrepreneurs, things like investing, finance. This is really for entrepreneurs. This is a book written for people running their own business. You could definitely apply a lot of the advice and tips in this book and the exercises in this book, even if you're not an entrepreneur, but that's really who this book is for. Entrepreneurs who are feeling like, do I deserve this? How am I going to achieve this? Can I be successful? How am I going to be successful? You know, I'm not ready to be successful. I don't have everything I need yet to be successful. And this book is there to tell you that, no, you can be successful right now. The importance of taking action. You know, they talk about massive success. We talk about massive action this whole year. Just taking action, letting go of the analysis paralysis and overthinking everything and letting the fear hold you back, but just go, just do something, just throw something at the wall. Eventually something will stick, right? Hi Tressa, hi Gary, hi Frankie, hi Rhodey, hello new people coming in. Sonam, thank you for the first 2 parts of this broadcast. Me and Sonam had a little chat a little while ago, and looks like both of us are going to have a little bit of a late night tonight. All right, so let me catch up on comments, and then I'll give you real nitty gritty on what this book was really about and what's inside. I cannot gift myself to myself. You need a good book to read. I started reading Dune, but it was too hard. I got lost. I haven't read that one. Is that a fiction book? Joel, I love you so much. How do you throw a book out of this world? You guys, sometimes your literal interpretations of what I say really amuses me. Oh, it's 2 a.m, and that's how you know, because my face just turned yellow, because I have night mode set to automatically turn on my computer. And sometimes I forget that it's really late and I need to turn that off before I go live so that my face doesn't turn yellow. There we go. Could you please do a review of Harry Potter? What the hell just happened? Sonam and Kelly just said the exact same thing at the exact same time. They both said, can you please do a review of Harry Potter? Now, joke's on you guys. I read all the Harry Potter books, I think. I don't know if I read all of them. I read through Goblet of Fire. Was there more after that? I don't know. But I loved Harry Potter when I was a kid. I've always loved reading. My mom says that I started reading when I was 2 years old. I think that's probably a bit of a stretch, but I've always been a nerd, so yes, I'll do a review on Harry Potter for you guys. It was good. Read it. There you go. I didn't even have to do a separate video. Hi, Frankie. Thanks for inviting your followers. Sonam, thank you for inviting your followers. I'm not going to open boobs. Joel says every day. Wait, Joel, you're saying that every day you feel unqualified? Interesting. So maybe you guys really will like this book. Let's get into it. I'm really far behind on comments. Let me catch that. Sometimes not often, though. Harry Potter is my favorite book. Can you please do a review on Harry Potter? Midnight. Okay, what is going on? Were you guys in a broadcast and they sent you in here to ask me if I would do a review on Harry Potter? Who was it? It was a flash. I'm working on a book on my experiences as a time traveler. I'll send it to you when it's finished. That sounds wonderful. Could you please review Harry Potter? Okay. Can you do a review on Harry Potter? All right. It's not weird. It wasn't weird that they said it at the same time. There's 7 people in here. What? Who is the culprit? You guys, success book, thought about trying Harry Potter to get into fiction, review the entire Harry Potter series. I have read Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's actually over there. It's like right there on my bookshelf. But if you like that, hi Noah, my new friend. If you like Robert Kiyosaki, I don't want to digress on too much of a tangent there. I'm not the biggest Kiyosaki fan, but I liked the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I really, really liked his book Cash Flow Quadrant. It's much less talked about. I've never heard someone talk about it before. When I found Rich Dad Poor Dad, I found it kind of by mistake. It's called Cash Flow Quadrant, and I think it's much more useful than Rich Dad Poor Dad, so check them both out, but Cash Flow Quadrant if you're just going to pick one. Harry Potter could be nonfiction if you truly believe. Okay. Wow. Wow, you guys with the Harry Potter. Wow. You know, this woman, Rachel Stewart, she took all her time. Who knows how long it took her to write this book. She sent it to me for free because she found my YouTube channel and she was like, hey, you do book reviews. Will you review my book? And I was like, this is a pivotal moment in my life and in my career and with my channel. An author found me on YouTube and sent me her book. She wants me to review it. And she took all this time, and you guys just want to talk about Harry friggin' Potter. Like, that book doesn't have enough publicity. Thank you, Karen, for the super hearts. Dune is heavy sci-fi. So hard to read. Their names are crazy in that book. Coincidence. Yeah. You want to hear about Harry Potter, too. It was a good book. Better than the movies. Autobiographical with some embellishments. It was Flash. Go yell at him. I'm sorry, Rachel. Cashflow Potter. Oh my god. Noah, thank you for the super hearts. Success as a Potter. Harry Potter is fiction. What's next? Santa ain't real. No, Santa's obviously real. I appreciate you too, Frankie. Why not? I bet Rachel likes Harry Potter. Rich Dad Poor Harry. Who is this Harry Potter? Sorcery Stone. Well, thank you, Flash, for sending people into my broadcast. You guys can go back over there now, because we're not here to talk about Harry Potter. We're here to talk about success. So what I like about this book is at the end of every single chapter, there are exercises. So first, she gives you a takeaway. So, like, for example, the first chapter is called... second chapter is called Mindset Matters. And then, so she talks about the importance of mindset. She gives practical uses of mindset. She gives a lot of anecdotes. It's very anecdote heavy in this book. And then at the end, she has exercises to change your mindset. For example, there's a table in here, so I'll just show you this one thing. Okay, here it is. Current thought, desired outcome, thought, feeling, action, result. So you think, so this is just one example from this book. What is it that you want? What are you envisioning? What is your goal? What is the desired outcome? What is your current thought pattern? And what about that do you think is preventing you from getting to that desired outcome? And how can you change your mindset and your thought patterns to get to where you want? And a good friend of mine who's in the broadcast right now, Mr. Kieran, Mr. Popcorn, Mr. Corn, first name Baby, last name Corn, would say that you have to think strategy, not tactics. Not about, okay, how am I gonna react to what's happening to me today, and just kind of like dealing with things as they come up, but thinking long-term strategy. Okay, what is the strategy that I'm going into this game or this situation? Why am I talking like I'm talking about Survivor, because my whole life is Survivor right now. How are you going to think strategy? And that's a shift in mindset. Instead of reacting to things, you're planning things, you're visioning out, you're projecting into the future, which I wrote a paper about earlier for my American history class. Thank you, Eunice, for the super hearts. The rise of corporate America, and how the railroad industry was one of the first industries in the world to actually be able to project out what their profits were going to be, what their cash flows were going to be, expenses, and actually know where they were at and where they were going to be at the end of the year before closing their books at the end of the year. And they came up with advanced organizational structures, advanced processes and systems, and accounting systems that didn't exist prior to that time. And we have all of the advantages and all these uses of all these things available to us today, but sometimes we forget to take advantage of those things and to realize that we have this amazing brain in here, and we can project into the future, and we can think long-term strategies. Hi, Butterfly. Don't even come in here and say Harry Potter. All right. Rachel, you should stream about Harry Potter. Oh my god. Harry Potter, the movie, was enough for me to fall in love with Emma Watson, so why read it? I wonder, like, if you read... Oh, here we go. Why am I even getting to this? If you watch the movies first, do you dislike the books? Because I read the books first, and I didn't like the movies. It's better to build boys than to mend men. Oh, I bet that's absolutely true. I would like to that book, actually. Can you DM that to me so I don't forget? Instagram or Twitter, or you can email me, nextjuice@gmail.com. All my contact info is on the website. I can't with you guys. I'm here for the Harry Potter reading. Oh my gosh. Harry Otter is better than Harry Potter. I've never read Harry Potter. Is that a good book? Yes, it is. Can we successfully read Harry Potter live right now? I don't have the book. Rachel Stewart book, Taking on Harry Potter books. I think he was a very successful wizard. Can you please discuss how to play Quidditch? The Harry Potter Matrix. Is that SWOT analysis? Yeah, you could use SWOT analysis for that. So what Noah's talking about there is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and analyzing those things for your business. That's something Ed actually taught me about a while ago, and I love that. I actually haven't looked at my SWOT page in a while. I'll have to update that. Thank you for bringing that up, Noah. I think that it's important to do a SWOT analysis and to keep it updated regularly and keep it like a living, breathing document. And I haven't been practicing what I'm preaching right now because I totally forgot about SWOT for a while. Twilight, Bella Swan. Now we're on to Twilight. I have never seen Twilight or read the books. Are there any chapters on using telekinesis to enhance one's net worth? In this book, no. Ron has no strategy. He sucks at Quidditch. I'm thinking Dumbledore was tremendously successful. Touchdown. His strategy is Harry Potter Matrix. I don't do that with my hands. Can you talk about the Harry Potter's strategy when he fights Voldemort? Gary, thank you for the super hearts. Harry, you're a wizard. I always read the books first. Do you think they taught accounting in Harry's school? I've never seen the movie. I only read the book, so you're fulfilling my request for a scope dedicated to Harry Potter, finally. I have learned SWOT analysis in business. It's SWOT, but it was very close. Enigmatic Soul, hello, my friend, because Ed is the best. Harry liked to swat bats. Oh my god. What the hell? You've never seen Twilight? I feel bad about the Harry Potter stuff. Tell Rachel I'll buy her book. Yay, Rachel! Hopefully it was worth it. If you watch this, Rachel, I'm very sorry. These are my friends, and one of them is going to buy your book, so hopefully that makes up for it. Thank you, Butterfly, for the super hearts. There's this book called Hooked. It's a marketing-related book. Forgot the author's name, though. If you guys want me to read books, will you just send a message to me, and I'll put it on my Goodreads list? If I'm recommended a book more than once, no, I'm not putting Harry Potter on there, then I'll put it on my Amazon wish list, and then hopefully someone will get it from me. But eventually, if I get it recommended enough, and I get through all these books that I have to read already, then I will read it, or I'll buy it myself, I mean. You're going to want to marry Jacob if you watch it. I have a boyfriend. Harry Potter could have used SWAT, and we wouldn't have had so many films. That doesn't make any sense. Just gave me the Frank look again. Wait, what's the Frank look? Okay, I want to marry Jacob and have Edward as my side chick. This is Harry Potter OD, Trump 2020. Okay, sending message now. Please read 50 Shades of Grey. Thank you. Spam Harry Potter, everyone. Does Rachel's book have wizards? No wizards in here, but much more practically useful information for you, your business, and your life. Thanks for inviting your followers and retweeting Lou. I'd like to request a reading of the full series. Okay, that's gonna cost. What is my cost? I think it's $60 to request a broadcast of your choice. But reading an entire book is not a broadcast of your choice. So however many. First of all, wait a second. I can't read that. I would get shut down so fast we wouldn't know what hit us. It's under copyright, guys. Sorry. Marrying Jacob and having a boyfriend are two different things. Sweat analysis. Are there pits stained? Do they have BO? I'm home now. Just came from working out. Just leave now, Dave. It's not safe in here. I don't know what's happening. Can it be Harry Potter ASMR? It's something I didn't know I needed in my life till now. What is this Frank look? He did capitalize the F in Frank. I'm gonna call in one day and read a Chinese book in your scope. I was the black Harry Potter for Halloween when I was 12. I never got a request for a broadcast. Whatever you charge, I'll offset it in comment charges. What do you mean you never got a request for a broadcast? Were you at $60 or above? If you were, then please. I did change it. It used to be $100. I lowered it. So it's fine. If you want to request the broadcast, just request the broadcast. I love you. So even no matter how much you send, I'll always pretty much do what you think I should do. I might regret that. Whatever you charge, I'll offset it in comment charges. Emily, hi. Hello. How are you? What is actually happening right now? Hello, Emily. I request feet. Feet, please. Hey, you haven't sent $60. Emily's losing this. And besides, I just did a pedicure broadcast yesterday. Just watch the replay. New dare. Read entire Harry Potter script using your hands like puppets. I'm going to get shut down. I can't violate copyright laws. You read all the comments unlike others. And I'm regretting it. No, I'm regretting it hard. This could be good. Bobs can be cheaper. No, 40. Bobs. I'm not opening my Bobs. I can't do that. Okay. I'm not doing anything that's going to get me shut down. There will be an $8.25 charge for today's comments. What is this? Surge pricing? How about one Bob? No! 0 Bobs. Okay. So the chapters of the book are as follows. She doesn't want day old feet. Day old feet. My feet are pretty nice. They're Christmas feet. Save your money, check history. She has already scoped about everything. An all Hello Kitty broadcast? What do you mean an all Hello Kitty broadcast? Emily, did you hack Kieran's account? I don't even know the first thing about, I would just have to have Emily take over my channel. I don't know a thing about Hello Kitty. I have that Hello Kitty keychain so that I can hold it up and say hi when Emily comes in, and that's the extent of my knowledge. I have one ebook. It's about how to make money on Periscope. How about half a bob? Well, I mean, I feel like you probably have seen half a bob on here for free. Next time I'm at the beach, you probably get a glimpse of a half a bob. Just change Potter to Otter and you'll avoid car issues. That's not how it works. Not how it works at all. Okay, so the chapter titles are Unqualified, so talking about what that feels like, what it really means to be unqualified. Talking about changing your mindset. Belief in action, so having the confidence, actually believing that these things are possible. Bob Ross. Kool-Aid and collard greens? That sounds good. Nextjuice.com/support. I would totally do that. And if 2 people send $60, then I would have to not only do whatever weird broadcast you guys want me to do, but also I'd have to do a dare, because every time we get $100 on the website in one day, I have to do a dare. And I don't know how many super hearts we got on the last broadcast, but we're only at 7,000. I think we got it a while ago. If you invite a friend named Bob on the scope, then it'll be a one-hole Bob. Well, Bob sent me super hearts on my last broadcast. Does that count? No fancy feast. That's disgusting. I just threw my coffee. I blame Eunice. It's always Eunice's fault. Okay. Fake it till you make it. Exercises to realize your future self. That's one chapter. So fake it till you make it is a contentious topic, I would say, to say the least. Some people think that's a bad idea. Some people say it's good. It's kind of like the only option because you have to be able to, when you're running a business, right? This is a book for entrepreneurs. You have to have confidence in your product or service before you've ever really sold it, you know? So it's not really, you don't have to lie, but you have to have some level of confidence before you've earned that confidence or you've been qualified to have that level of confidence. A dare, oh yeah, you might eat a whole jar of mayonnaise. What? No, I put mayonnaise on my face. For more broadcasts about Harry Potter, go to nextjuice.com/support. Fake it until you read Harry Potter. I already did read it. Then to Starbucks. Thank you for the super hearts, Kieran. Okay. Vision. So if you haven't already done this, get a vision of what you want. Envision your perfect day. What happens? Where do you wake up? Is there anyone next to you? What are you wearing? Where are you in the world? What is your building, your house, whatever that looks like? Take all limits off of yourself. Again, change your mindset. What's outside your window? What does your day consist of? Are you working? Are you lounging? You know, who are you spending time with? Who are you having conversations with? What are you doing? What have you done? Get a really clear vision. And that's why every year in January, I create a vision board. And I encourage you guys to make your own vision boards. We're going to be doing this in just over a week. So join me here on Periscope where we'll be making vision boards together. I don't know if I'm going to do it on YouTube as well, so make sure that you're following both places. But this is my vision board from last year, and I plan to, when I make a new vision board, I'll show you the old one and we'll go over all of that. But visioning is really important. My boyfriend has not ever dressed up as Harry Potter and put a spell on me, but that sounds kind of strange. Oh my god, you put the mayonnaise on your face before you eat it? That's a weird dare. No, I didn't eat it, I just put it on my face. I like how you air quotes qualify. Because it's not true, right? It's not real. You don't have to qualify for confidence. Just start putting air... What is it on Friends where they're like, you're doing it wrong. You can't just put air quotes anywhere. Why are you still doing it? Okay, it's a little bit warm in here. I feel my face getting red. Explain MVP, please. Minimum viable product. It's just exactly what it sounds like. It's the minimum necessary level of quality of your product before you can launch it. So you don't want to wait until your thing is it's very similar to what this book is about. You don't want to wait until your product is perfect or you are perfect to start doing the things that you want to do or selling or launching things that you want to sell or launch. There's a really cool concept of smoke signal marketing that he talks about. Chris Guillebeau talks about it in the $100 Startup. And it's about promoting something before you actually have it available for sale. So say that you're going to write a book. Well, before you even have written the book, you sell like $1 to get on the list for this book, or $1 for like a pamphlet about this book, $1 little mini ebook about this topic, to see if there's actually generally interest in it before you go and make the entire thing. Because if people aren't willing to pay $1, then why are they going to pay $20 for your book if that topic isn't something that interests them? So you kind of make sure that you have traction with your audience and your market, and then if they buy that, then you can also add them, say, plus I'll add you to the list for this book that's coming out soon. Maybe you haven't even written it yet, about this same topic. And thank you for following me on Instagram. Oh my God, you guys. Most valuable potter. Oh my God. Most valuable player. Yeah, but I know what Noah's talking about. Noah's talking business language. Could you please explain the importance of controlling cogs as it relates to Quidditch? No, I cannot. Merhaba, Turkish. Harry Potter. Eric Coles, was it the new Hellmann's olive oil mayonnaise? It was just regular Hellmann's mayonnaise. 1 letter difference. Change every instance of wand to wang, and Harry Potter completely changes. Don't wave your wangs around, guys. I love you as well. I love how you keep talking seriously and we're just bob. I use peyote for a vision quest. Don't make me drool, Jippo. What the heck? Visualize world peas. You don't want to see my vision board. Why? If it's a bunch of pictures of me, I'm a little bit freaked out. All right. Cost of goods. I missed the review. Did you like the book? Yeah, I did like it. I'm kind of still in the process of reading it. I mean, not reading it, talking about it. I know, you guys destroyed the broadcast. This is not nice. Drool. I just drooled. Did I get my $1 back if I don't like the pamphlet? No! You don't get money back if you buy something that you don't like. I mean, you might. In certain cases, you might. But for the most part, no. You live and you learn. Hi, Lika. How are you? Unless they have a 100% money back satisfaction guarantee. Most valuable pineapple. Merhaba. $1 for a 15-cent pamphlet. What house did the Sorting Hat put you in? Obviously Slytherin. I'm just embracing my dark side. Baby Yoda would be next to me. We will sit by the fire and read Harry Potter. Oh, I'm headed to bed. Battery dead. Good night. Oh, that rhymed. Headed to bed. Battery dead. Good night. Bye, Frankie. I'll settle for 3/4 of a bob. No, we already settled. You already negotiated to half a bob. You can't increase it now. It's already happened. Who will play Rachel in the movie version of her book? She's not in the book, really. What, no money back? I'm definitely not buying the book. It's a scam. You're a Slytherin. I'm an innocent Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff. Who wants to be Hufflepuff? Whatever. Most people are probably in Hufflepuff. Oh, let me stop. All right. I'm sorry, most people. I didn't mean to insult all of you at once. Oh, goodness. All right. Grit. So I really liked this part of the book about grit. Grit is, so this is what I was saying earlier. I was in my private broadcast right before this, my private Periscope group. And I went live and I was like looking all ratchet. And I said, this is what success looks like. Looking all crazy, makeup's all worn off, didn't take a shower, need to wash my hair, didn't even brush my hair today, I don't think. Wearing this like shirt that's kind of like sweats. I feel like I love this shirt. It's very comfortable, but it's just like, I just feel like I look like kind of a slob. I didn't feel like going live. I didn't feel like setting up this whole broadcast for this book review and doing all this. But that is exactly what success looks like. Success looks like doing what you need to do and what's important, even when you don't want to do it. And that's grit. Grit is just doing it well, doing it well. London Real, they conduct interviews of highly successful people. Will you message it to me? Because I don't usually remember what people recommend to me during the broadcast. So if you message it to me, then I will remember. Because I read all my messages every single week on Mondays, which is today. It's Festivus. I'm going to read all my messages for Festivus, and I hope I say to everybody, Happy Festivus to you. Grit is what I get when I don't wash my lettuce. I don't know if Ed washed the lettuce that we had with tacos tonight because it tastes a little bit dirty. We are so insulted. What type of wand do you have? I actually have a wand. Wait, let's see if I can find it. Sorry, Rachel. No one's ever going to send me their book to review ever again. This is ridiculous. My knees hurt. Why am I so old? Ah. Dun, 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 dun. I have this kind of wand. Used to be a glow stick type of wand. Now it's just this, and it comes apart. Ooh. And it has stuff in it. And now it doesn't. Ta-da! It's magic. Stuff came out of it. I don't know. It's a little dusty. Anyway, thank you for the super hearts. Who's that? Is that Ellie? Ellie. It is Ellie. Thank you, Ellie, for the super hearts. Boop. I bless you. Do you bless people with wands? It smells dusty. Why did I take it apart? Oh. Thank you for sharing on Twitter and inviting your followers. Emily, that helps me out a lot. Internet marketing is the next big thing, not digital marketing. Becoming internet influencer on success. Yay! No insult taken. Too late, they're all insulted. If you were a broom, which one would you be? A broom. I would be like a big, wide push broom, because I feel like those are the most effective. Oh my god, you're a slither. Oh, I already read that. Oh, good. Okay, I'm not too far behind on Oh, you commented a lot when I went for my wand. Hi, Ellie. I washed it. It was wet. That's what she said. That's it. Wrestle me for feats of strength. Let's wrestle. That'd be fun. Come down here. We'll wrestle. Well, I'll get the twister board out. This is grit. Reading comments when you don't want to. Don't insult my side piece. Is your private scope just a Harry Potter book club reunion? Well, I didn't want to admit it, but, maybe. I didn't want to eat the cute Hello Kitty cookies, but I did. They were yummy, and now I feel guilty. I mean, you ate your idol, so you should feel very bad. Insert Jeopardy music here. Do 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 do. They can't kick me out of Slytherin. This wand is very magical. This is like so that the Muggles don't know that magic is real. They're like, oh, that's a crappy fake wand. But little do they know that I'm gonna cast a spell, make today Festivus. Is it still on Harry Potter? Yeah, someone said, you know who had grit? Harry Potter. So, a wand on a budget? Look out, run. Taylor has a magic weapon. She's gonna make us all do yoga. Hi, Gerald. Hi, how are you? God, I can't even look at the camera. Do Hello Kitty cookies scream when you bite them? Wow, back to the book. All right. So grit. I really liked the chapter about grit and the next chapter about fear and how grit is like, it's doing things when you don't want to do them and when you're afraid to do them. So overcoming fear. And she talked about this really interesting story of a guy who does free climbing. And that's like when you climb rock walls with no gear. So there's no, I don't know what the terms are for the gear. There's no harness. There's no metal thing that you jam into the rock that keeps you from dying and falling. It's just you and rock. It's just man and earth in perfect harmony, or not, in which case you get very, very severely injured or die. And this guy, there was a neuroscientist looking at this and looking at a video of this guy and said, this guy has a malfunctioning amygdala. And the amygdala is this part of your brain that senses danger. It's always searching for danger in the environment around you. And it'll trigger your body to release adrenaline and have a fear response if there's something to be afraid of. If it senses something to be afraid of, a threat in your environment. And for people with anxiety, this is overactive. Or people with PTSD, also overactive amygdala, where it senses threats and things to be afraid of more often than it should. Thank you, Duo, for the super arts, and thank you, Ellie, for those extra ones, too. I was a neuroscience major, yada yada. Well, not everybody was, so I'm just trying to tell everyone. Hi, Kyle. Happy holidays to you, too. You have a grievance you'd like to air? Okay, well, you know. Is it even Festivus in your time zone right now? It's not time for the airing of the grievances, okay? That's later. That's later. I feel an air quote coming. Oh my god. Guys, look what I got at this store today. Remember when I used to drink out of water bottles like this? I just got thirsty, so thirsty. And drink some water. Oh, no, it's not. It tastes like plastic. What the hell is that? Well, you live and you learn. How many times am I going to say that in this broadcast? Do you hear the sound that just came out of me? I'll take famous wizards for $400. I will also take $400 in general. So if you have $400 you'd like to send, just click the link in the description. You've been on cloud 9 since you met Ed. Oh, my heart. My heart. I love you, Ellie. Thank you for saying that. Wait, okay, so does it look like... I feel like it doesn't look like I'm looking at you guys. Right now I'm looking directly into the camera lens. I feel like it doesn't look like I'm looking at you. Like, I have to look down here or something. Is this... Does it feel like I'm looking at you now? Am I looking at you? I don't know. All I smell is dust. No, Ed, no airing of the grievances. Ugh. Okay, I have a grievance. You guys are airing your grievances before the official designated time of grievance airing. Power truck. Was it power truck? When I had to change the big water bottles by myself. Was that in the private group? I feel like I think Danny was in my private group for a while, and I used to have to change. I had like the water dispensers, like the Culligan water things at my house in Florida, and I lived there alone. And they're like 5-gallon jugs, and I just don't weigh that much. And I feel like I have a decent amount of muscle in my body. My scale says I have almost 36% muscle, but when I pick up the jug, it's like it was all good. I could pick it up, but then I had to flip it over and put it on the thing. And when I flipped it over, it would usually just spill water everywhere. Or it was when I lifted it up, too. No, it was when I lifted it up, usually, where the water would come out. But then me, like, flipping it over and trying to get it in, it was just no good. Did you know that Dumbledore is an Old English word for bumblebee? Is it? Or are you trolling me? Dust has a smell? Yeah, and it smells like that right now. I wish you could smell it, because you would know. Yes, perfect. Yes, I remember when you had to change the big water bottle. Oh, I read that. Okay. Did I read everything? I feel like I read everything. I broke my nose as a kid. I have to look to the side for my nose to look straight at you. Quick way to turn that place into a swimming pool. Wait, so here, guys? Oh, it feels so weird. I gotta just go, like, I'm literally just looking at this little black thing. It's not the camera at all. Why am I staring at this? Am I staring at you guys right now? Alright. I feel like I am. All that juice got your skin looking perfect. Thank you for saying that. Okay. Just take the compliment. Don't disagree. Fear. So do the things that you want to do, even if you're afraid. Oh, the guy's amygdala. So he said, this guy's got a messed up amygdala. His amygdala doesn't function. It's broken. So they tested this guy's amygdala, and it turns out, the guy that does the free climbing, and it turns out that he has a perfectly healthy, functioning amygdala, but it doesn't light up to scary things. And what had happened is that he basically learned to control his amygdala's response because he realized that fear didn't serve him. Thank you. Oh, I'm still not looking in the right spot. Thank you, Butterfly, for the super hearts. He realized that even if there was something scary, and if he's up there and something scary happens, that to have an adrenaline response, a fight or flight response when you're on a rock face is not helpful. It doesn't serve him. So just through practice and through exposure to scary situations, he learned to overcome his body's physical response to fear. And you can do that too. when I was first live streaming, it was scary. It felt weird. It felt like everyone was gonna, judge me and like, oh, I'm just gonna mess up and I'm gonna do something weird and my boob's gonna show or something. Like, and I'm not gonna be able to edit it. It's just gonna be out there in the world. And then 3 years later, I'm like, I didn't shower today. Let's do this. Let's just go live. I'm not afraid of going live. I mean, I've never really been much afraid of public speaking, but in general, the more you practice something, the less nervous and the less uncomfortable and the less fear you feel around that activity. What kind of shady stuff is going on in here? I don't know, something about Harry Potter. My ex told me my Magdula doesn't function while we were connecting. Whoa, that's something else. Big Bonner. I need to listen to you talk every night. Your voice is so soothing. I appreciate you saying that, Ben. 3 years later, a moment in time with Taylor on the toilet. Yeah, pretty much. I did go live in my private group the other day wearing nothing but a towel. I was like, we're doing this. And I did a face mask. I was thinking about doing that again tomorrow, actually, because I need another face mask. I have learned to succumb to fear. It really is easier. No. The fear and anxiety of what might happen is almost always worse than what actually happens. At least in my experience. I'll be like stressing and anxiety peaks like 1 minute in the 1 minute before you do the things. That's like the worst. So say you have to give a speech and you're nervous about it and you're anxious about it. You're like, oh, it's gonna suck, it's gonna be weird, huh? Well, 1 minute before you have to give the speech is when your anxiety is at a peak. You're like, holy crap, this is it. I'm about to do it. I don't want to do this. What's gonna happen? I'm panicking. And hopefully you can laugh like me and just be like, well, I guess we're doing it, and then go do it. And as soon as you start doing it, and by the end of it, your anxiety has tapered off and you survived it and you're fine. And next time you do it, you'll still peak right before, but that peak will be a little bit lower. And then next time you'll still peak but be a little lower. Next time you'll still peak but it'll be a little lower. You get the idea. Hyperventilating. Yeah, pretty much. What do you mean still? You were never allowed to do that. Medulla oblongata, as made famous by the movie Waterboy. I'm learning about medulla oblongata right now. I'm studying the nervous system. No way, Jose. I'm not scoping. That's okay. You don't have to scope. Whatever it is that you're afraid of. Yeah, Sonam was talking very candidly in her broadcast last night. It was probably morning time. I don't know, whenever she was like, I think it was like 5 in the morning. Or no, I got to the gym at 4:30. It was like 4 in the morning. And she was talking about a lot of fear that she has. She has a lot of fear about what this upcoming year is going to bring for her and what she needs to do. And that's okay. Fear is going to be there. Does that mean that she should just be like, I'm afraid, so I'm just not going to do anything? Is that going to get her to where she wants to be? Hell to the no. And everybody knows that, and the same thing is true for you. So whether you want to publicly broadcast about your fears and tell me in here or not, that's fine. But just know that I know that you're afraid of something. And if you just did that thing that you're afraid of, chances are you'd be a lot better off for doing it, you know? I'm just going to sleep for the whole year. I'm tired right now, too. Can we sleep together? Fear can be analyzed and understood, so it doesn't stop you from taking action. Well, that's oftentimes leads to what I think is analysis paralysis. If you analyze things too much, you can get paralyzed. What if this happens? What if this happens? Okay, well, I'm going to prepare for that. I'm going to prepare for that. I'm going to prepare for every single possible outcome so that it takes me 10 years to write a book that should have taken me 1 year, you know? Because I'm like trying to prepare for every single thing, and I'm thinking about every possible thing that could go wrong, so I'm going to prepare for all these possible things, and then it's like you never even get to do the thing because now you're 90 and you're like, okay, you can't even physically do that anymore. You youngins don't know fear. Just wait till you're old, ugly, and washed up. Fear becomes you. Oh my god. I'm just gonna, okay. Well, I drink 1 minute before the event. You know, drink? I do know drink. I had drink in Florida a couple days ago. Failure. Use failure to fuel success. This is a very common mantra, but some of you guys aren't used to topics like this. The road to success is paved with failures. There is no successful person. You see these people, you're like, oh, look at them at the gym. Oh, look at their perfect body. Oh my God, look at this person making all this money. Look at this person, most superheroes in the world. Look at all these people that are so successful. And then you're like, I'm not like them. They're so much better at it than I am. They have all these strengths and all these character traits that I don't have, and I'm never going to be at that level. Well, that you don't realize that like they've failed so many more times than you have even tried. They know failure, as intimately, maybe even more, than they know success. And they know that success is fleeting. So I just use the example of person with the most super hearts in the world. Well, I had a conversation with that person at one point, and he told me that the reality is that at any moment, everything that he has built here on Periscope could be gone in an instant. And he's aware of that, and he reminds himself of that regularly, and he just lives with knowing that, and that could be like a little bit of fear, right? But also just knowing like failure could always be right around the corner. That's not going to keep me from being successful now. And even so let's say he did fail right now, boom, Periscope just ceases to exist. Well, you think he's just going to like give up on life now? He's not going to go find something else to be successful with? No, of course not, because that's not what successful people do. They don't let failure stop them or slow them down. It might slow us down a little bit, but it's not going to stop us. And if you want to be a successful person, whether you feel qualified for success or not, then you need to just keep going after you fail. Fail forward. Learn from the failure and move on. Relationship failed, move on. Business failed, move on. You failed at the gym, move on. You got hurt, move on. Happens to programmers. Sometimes you just need to start coding or you never will. Same with writing, yeah. With Hello Kitty stuff, you'll never be a failure. I used to jump up and down and yell before going live. Really? That's cool. Like a power, get that testosterone going, get that confidence going, like shadow box a little bit. Why am I afraid from this? And by answering to those questions, you disseminate it. Yeah, why is a great question to ask. I totally agree with that. You did. I'm so disappointed in you. I'm playing both sides. Why do you miss me? I go live every single day. I meant if you understand the core reason for the fear even happening in the first place. Yeah, but even if you understand it, you could still be afraid of it. So, like, for a while, I was afraid of interacting with Ed, my boyfriend's ex. I was like, I would get really anxious, like, oh God. And the interaction was always fine. It's always been fine. It's always been respect, both directions. And I'm always like, oh, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be so awkward, so bad. And it never has been. So it's like, and I know why I think it's going to be awkward and why I'm afraid of these things. And understanding why I think that doesn't mean that I didn't experience that, you know? It doesn't take the fear away necessarily. You were scared of playing basketball? That's interesting. Why do you think you're afraid of it? I was in a basketball game and made a shot in the wrong team's basket. Oh, okay, I didn't read that yet. Okay, so then you're afraid after that. Yeah, it's like if you fall off the horse, get back on, that whole concept. Failure's not an option here at the Cobra Kai dojo. Or decide it's not for you. Like being in a relationship, some people are just better to be alone. Well, we're social creatures, so whether you want to be in a romantic, intimate relationship, you're most likely going to be best served by being in some type of relationships with some people. You know, it doesn't have to be like a one-on-one monogamous sexual partner relationship, but, you know, isolation is like the highest form of torture for a human. It's the mind telling you the stories that could happen. Yeah, but understanding why didn't take it away, right? Because maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. I thought that what you were saying is that if you ask yourself why and try to figure out why you're afraid, that you won't feel afraid anymore. Is that not what you were saying? Friendships, yes, and lots of cats. Yeah, it could be relationships with animals. That's probably true, but I think humans are going to fulfill a little something extra, if I'm not mistaken. But I also study a lot of the human mind. I'm studying sociology right now as well, which is all about society and culture and how people engage. I once fell off a horse, and I was scared to get back on it, so I painted it black and white stripes. Pretended it was a zebra. All right. Hungry for growth. So you know, the people that grow are the people who are hungry for growth. And you may not be hungry for growth, and that's okay, you know, but you're not going to have growth if you're not hungry for it, because it takes a lot of overcoming of obstacles and a lot of persistence, a lot of grit, like we talked about, to actually build that hunger and find that hunger. Study me as your case study when you need one. Everybody always says that. It was okay. So you rode a zebra instead? Persistence very closely tied in with grit. That's what I was saying about this is what success looks like. For me, success looks like going live every single day, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day, even if it's 4 in the morning, even if I look really bad, even if my content sucks because I have to do this schoolwork and I have to get this content done, and I have to do these two things at the same time. And even if I know people are going to troll me, and people are actively trolling me, I don't end the broadcast. I don't give up. I persist. And I'm one of the most successful live streamers on Periscope in the entire world. So, and all I had to do is just be persistent and not give up. You know, I mean, and the next, not the next one, but 2 down, is showing up. And that's what I've been saying. Like, all I had to do was show up. Just persistently show up. Show up with persistence and grit and fear and failure, and have all, you know, I've had plenty of failed broadcasts. I've had plenty of fears. I was having fear right before going live in this broadcast, but I just showed up anyway. And now here I am with 27,000 super hearts that I wouldn't have had, and all this great commentary and all this stupid, funny interactions about Harry Potter, just because I showed up. And I feel way better, and I always feel way better when I go live. And I say that, and Ed always tells me, he goes, hey, you know how you always say you feel better when you go live? And I'm like, yeah, shut up. I do like trolls, yeah. You had failed broadcasts? No way, tell us about those. A failed broadcast is where I don't make enough money to justify the time that I put into that broadcast for me. Because it's my business. So a business failure is where you lose money on a transaction. So when I get like 0 super hearts or 1,000 super hearts and I get paid 66 cents for like a 3-hour-long broadcast, that is a failure, technically, you know. It's like you can always view every failure as it's a learning opportunity, right? So I learned some things, I gained some maybe contacts, I built some rapport with some clients. All these things can be turned into future successes, but technically that particular broadcast is a failure. Or broadcast where I was really frustrated with trolls and it kind of ruined the energy and I got caught up in it, and then I ended the broadcast because I was like, let me just take a break from this. But that's kind of a failure, right? In that sense, I kind of lost and the trolls won in those moments, you know. That's pretty rare. I think that might have happened like once. Or broadcasts where I do something and then I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and hide that broadcast afterwards because that was kind of a failure. And I would say pretty much any of my really low quality content broadcasts are kind of failures as well. Even wrapping presents last night was kind of a fail. Like, I was like, yeah, this is going to motivate people to get their presents wrapped. And they're going to see me doing it, and they're going to want to do it. And it's like, maybe that happened, but also I was missing most of the comments because I was wrapping presents, and it was, like, not very interesting or entertaining. No one's really learning anything watching me wrap presents. So is that really valuable? Probably not. It's kind of a fail, but I learned from it. Did someone say super hearts? I did. Thank you, Wine Horace. I'm glad I'm here, too. I'm glad you're here, too. Thanks for saying that. Showing up is 93% of it. Whatever percentage you want to put on it, just show up. I think it's wrong that only one company makes the game Monopoly. That was another thing I wrote about in my paper earlier, was trusts. The trust organizations where they had like legal contracts that involved multiple companies providing basically like a monopoly, you know. Makes sense. Call now and ask Taylor about all your troll sitting needs. Prices may vary. I like how they space out the word like that's going to make any difference. Last night I played poker with tarot cards, got a full house, and 4 people died. What the heck? Did you change your profile picture during this broadcast? It did motivate me to think about wrapping my presents. Okay, this is good. That's the magic of Next Juice. Now, after all of us stopped talking about Harry Potter, your persistent attitude you got the control back. Or I just bored everyone who was talking about Harry Potter into leaving and going back to Flash where they came from. I vanquished them. Breathe, Taylor, you're turning blue. I am breathing. AFLO, another fucking learning opportunity. And there you have it, from the mouth of Joel. Vulnerability. I was talking about this with my friend earlier today, vulnerability. So this friend of mine has introduced me to someone named Brene Brown, who is a speaker. I think she may be a psychologist, and she's studied different emotions, different human emotions, one of which is vulnerability. And she's talked about vulnerability, guilt, shame. She has some interesting TED Talks if you want to check her out. It's B-R-E-N-E, Brene Brown. And one really interesting takeaway from her research is that if you try to stifle down one emotion, like being vulnerable, feeling vulnerable, you end up inadvertently stifling all of the emotions. So when you try to force yourself to not feel sad or to not feel mad or whatever negative emotion you're trying to not feel and avoid feeling, even fear, you unintentionally limit your ability to feel other emotions, like positive ones, like happy, relaxed, joyful. So my friend who told me about this just today was messaging me and was saying, you know, some stuff. I don't want to give away too much of their personal information, but they said to me this thing, and they said, well, I just think that if I do that, I'll feel vulnerable, or I'll be vulnerable. I'm leaving myself vulnerable. And I said, hey, aren't you the one who introduced me to Brene Brown and the concept of the value of vulnerability, and how if we try to avoid one part of ourselves, that we avoid much more of ourselves than we may realize? And that was like an aha moment for them. And then they said to me, oh my God, you're so right. You're so smart. Well, I'm so right. I'm so smart because I'm the one who told you about that. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. It's like sometimes you need it reflected back to you. But vulnerability does have value because it's part of the human experience. And there's certain times where we're going to take risks. We're going to do things. We're going to persistently show up in spite of our fears, in spite of our failures. And we're going to be vulnerable. And we're going to realize, I'm putting myself in this vulnerable position. I do this as a live streamer every single day. Anyone in the entire world can watch my broadcast for free and access it on the internet and say and think whatever they want. And there's at least one person who takes little sound clips of me and things that I say and manipulates it and tries to make it seem like I was saying this little clip, like I'll say something, and they'll use that and say, this is what she was talking about. And it's like, no, I wasn't. What the heck? Like, I'll be like, oh, there was one, I look at my watch and I said, oh, this is boring, because I was doing a lab, and for this lab I had to sit there relaxed, calm for 2 minutes. Sorry, I almost said 2 hours. 2 minutes I had to sit there, and I was looking as timing it, because I had to sit there for 2 minutes, and I looked at my watch, I said, well, this is boring. And they said that I was checking to see how long I had been live, and was saying, wow, this is really boring. And then I said, I can only imagine how boring it is for you guys to sit here and watch this, talking about the lab. They implied that I was saying that about my entire channel. And I mean, that, knowing that people are going to do stuff like that, you realize, like, you're vulnerable, you're exposed, you're out there. People can twist and manipulate the things you do and say however they want to, especially with people like that who have obviously a lot of time on their hands and a lot of hate in their hearts. And that's fine. Again, this is what success looks like. Being okay with being vulnerable, because what other option do I have? I love live streaming so much more than I care about a troll with like 100 followers that is obsessed with me and making sound clips of my videos and watching, probably my #1 super fan. You know, they're watching more of my content than anyone else in the world. That's great. They can help me to get better. You know, with their criticism, I can say, oh, okay, that is an improvement that I can make. They're right about that. You know, here's how I can do this better, or say this better, or you know, present these things better. Do you have any hate in your chart? Okay, but I'd say be vulnerable only when it is not connected with insecurities. What do you mean by that, Liga? I'm on a whiskey diet. I've lost 3 days already. It's not that I'm afraid to die. I just don't want to be there when it happens. Oh my, what are all these sayings coming from? Onions make me sad. A lot of people don't realize that. Oh, greetings from Turkey. I watched Shrek earlier with the boys, and onions. He was like, ogres are like onions. You just made me think of this. And he's like, he smells like, they stink? No, they have layers. I'm talking about Ed. Am I? Did you already read the book tonight? Read what book? Are you talking about the book review? I'm doing a book review. I'm not reading a book. I already read this book. I finished this book a couple weeks ago. Because all the energy goes into suppressing that one feeling. Hey, Surreal Ken. Oh, Ken TV. Whoa. Whoa. No. Siri. Shut up, Siri. I don't want you. What the hell just happened? How did she come up during a broadcast? Toxic people, very strange animals. Yeah, they're a result of pain, you know. They want other people to feel pain because of their own pain 99% of the time, if not 100%. Because people who aren't in pain aren't, hey, thanks, Bruce. People who aren't in pain aren't going to try to cause other people pain, right? You know, things I do and say must trigger pain from them. I say this about people a lot. I'm like, maybe I remind some people of their mom. Maybe their mom was very, you know, they have a bad experience with their mom, or an ex-girlfriend, or someone that just triggers them in some way. Something that I say like reminds them of somebody they don't like, or somebody who hurt them, so they want to try to make me feel the way I make them feel, which is sad because I wish they would just avoid me, you know, because I don't want to bring that out in people. I was having this conversation earlier with someone. I said, you know, for a while I felt like anything I did or said was disturbing their energy, and I didn't want to do that, so I avoided that person because I felt like I didn't know what to do or say, because everything I did or said seemed to make it worse. So I just was like, okay, just like go away. I'll just go away, and then I won't be bothering that person, and that's like the only thing I can think to do. That's your Voldemort. With you guys sometimes. Saul, I seriously love you so much. Because being vulnerable on streams is okay when the situation is already worked out and solved. I don't know, I mean, yesterday I was talking about how I had my period way earlier than I was supposed to have, and maybe it's actually a miscarriage, and I mean, I think that's kind of vulnerable, but it's also like a comfort thing, right? Like, I guess I don't feel insecure about that. I'm not sure what you mean about insecurities. Trolling you, they love the juice more than OJ. Just 3 lines for a comment is too little. I know, I wish on these broadcasts I could do call-ins on OBS, but Periscope doesn't allow it. Did you know the heart has 40,000 neurites? What are neurites? I don't know that, and I'm learning about the nervous system. And I already learned about the cardiovascular system. Your Siri has been hacked by a foot troll. I looked up my family tree and found out I was the sap. We were all the sap at one point. Maybe they're dentist. Wait, miscarriage? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I wasn't trying to get pregnant, I'm just saying. I was done with my period like a week and a half ago, and then my period started again a few days ago, and I thought, that's kind of weird. What does that mean? Maybe I was pregnant and didn't know. It was a huge meaning. If you give it a meaning, for me, a miscarriage was not a big deal. Right, yeah, that is how I feel about it, too, because I'm not trying to get pregnant, so I'm not like, wasn't like, you know. You had a similar thing once, yeah. I'm going to be an uncle. No, you're not. I'm pretty sure it's dying right now. Which is like sad. Maybe I shouldn't say it that way, but that's the reality. So I've decided to try to just stop trying to be who other people want me to be. Not everyone, but there are some people who want me to be like nicer and softer and like a certain type of way. And I'm like, maybe I should just like, I'm trying to be considerate and respectful, but this is me talking about my own thing. And there's so many things, Shara, thank you so much for all those super hearts, but there's so many things that could trigger people, right? So I'm sitting here saying, well, maybe I shouldn't say that maybe I'm miscarrying right now and maybe it's dying. Maybe I was pregnant and the baby is dying, because maybe that'll trigger someone here who had a miscarriage, or someone on the replay who had a miscarriage or is trying to get pregnant, and they're, you know, it's like bringing up something sensitive. And I do have consideration for that person. At the same time, like, there's everything I say I feel like could trigger people and bother them, and I'm like, so what therefore am I allowed to say, you know? And sometimes I just want to be able to say what I'm thinking and not insult or offend anyone, and I don't know that that's an option. And that would mean I would have to censor what I'm saying. And this is my own body and my own experience, so why can't I talk about it, you know? I'm not talking about someone else's miscarriage and just saying, oh, you know, their baby is dying. Like, I would never do that, you know? This is my situation. You can only be you. That's true. I know. We had this conversation where people were like, you know, the most important thing is, like, just be yourself. And I'm like, well, who else could I possibly be? Because I can only be me. Like, I can't be someone else. And people are like, well, like, if you try to, like, be like someone else. And I'm like, well, I kind of do that, right? So I find people who inspire me. Like, I think Anne Kelly, Living Theosophy on here, I love her. She's so positive. She's such a beacon of light and love. And I'm like, yo, I love that woman. I want to, like, emulate her. I want to be more like her. I want to view things and view the world the way that she does, in a lot of ways, not 100% of the ways, but it's not like I feel like, oh, now I'm her. And if I was, I'd be like, yay, like, because I love her. I think that's a great thing to want to be more like someone. So I read a lot of books. A lot of the books that I read, I'm reading because I want to learn something from those people and take something from their knowledge and stand on the shoulders of giants and build off of what they've done rather than try to reinvent the wheel. So, you know, what does that mean to be ourselves? Like, we can only be us, right? I can't be like, now I'm Sonam, you know, and all of a sudden, boom, I'm like, I look like Sonam, I talk like Sonam, I think like Sonam. I'm Sonam. I just said that because I just saw her pop in. But I can maybe, like, Sonam has taught me a lot of things that I use and implement into my life, but that doesn't make me Sonam, or I'm not, like, trying to be like Sonam per se, right? I'm just taking things that I think are useful and beneficial, learning from them and implementing them into my own life in my own way, and I'm still me. So That's my take on that. Brad, thank you for the super hearts. Neurites are nerve cells and other tissue just like the brain cells and can think. Oh, can you send me the study about that? That sounds really interesting. Knocked Up Part 2 in the making. Ed is Seth Rogen. No babies. I want you to be Hello Kitty, Taylor, please. You can't control how other people feel about certain things. It's out of your control zone. Yeah, exactly. And when we take that burden on of other people's feelings, that's the heaviest burden of the world, right? To worry about what we're going to say or what we're going to do, how it's going to affect other people. Now, to some extent, right, we don't want to be like a narcissist who's like, I can do no wrong, everything, I'm better than everyone else, no one else matters. It's not that other people don't matter and that we don't want to be sensitive to other people, especially in certain contexts. But it's also like sometimes we want to be able to be free to express ourselves, like an artist. Say an artist wanted to paint a painting and was afraid that certain colors might trigger certain people, or certain scenes that they may want to depict in this art scene were going to bring up some type of trauma for somebody. Say I want to paint a picture of a car. Well, someone was in a really bad car accident, and cars are like a really big source of anxiety for them and trauma. Like, does that mean I can't paint a picture of a car? You know, so it's really hard to try to like balance all of these things because anything could trigger people, and we don't want to. I think it's about intention, right? So my intention is not to insult or offend anyone, and if I do, I apologize, and I don't want to, and they can tell me about that, but I may or may not be able to accommodate them. For example, I do ASMR, which means I whisper and make very soft sounds, which helps certain people to relax and fall asleep and take some anxiety off, and helps people with tinnitus and PTSD and insomnia, and it's a wonderful thing. And there was one person at one point who was very upset with me and said I was like completely inconsiderate of people who are hard of hearing because I didn't have subtitles to those types of broadcasts. And I'm like, first of all, never been brought to my attention. Nobody who is hard of hearing ever expressed interest in my ASMR videos, because here's the thing, it's going to sound like nothing, and the whole point is the sounds. So it's not about the words that I'm saying. It's not about, and I don't have the resources to have subtitles on all of my videos. So it was just kind of like, you know, to make things accessible, like, you know, I don't have all subtitles for all my broadcasts for people who can't hear what I'm saying. You know, I'm not doing sign language or have an interpreter for all my broadcasts. It's not because I hate deaf people, you know what I mean? Like, it's more like I can only do what I can do. I don't have it translated into every language that's spoken around the world either, but I'm doing my best, you know, and for all of you guys to feel like you're doing your best and your best is good enough, and it's okay. And if some people don't like it, that's okay too. They're not going to. Not everyone's going to like everything that you do, and whether you respond in a certain way or in a different way or don't respond at all, like some people are going to like it, some people aren't, and it just is the world, you know? That's kind of how it is. Don't worry about offending people. Yeah. I get triggered by the word triggered. Danny. You can call me names anytime if you're angry. All right, Gary. Thank you. You're a good friend. Any New Year resolution? I'm trying to figure out the best theme for the year. That's what I usually do, is I set a theme for this channel for the year, and it's something that I want to have in my life too. I'm leaning towards right now about like disturbing energy. So trying not to let things disturb our energy, and to keep our energy up and open and be enthusiastic and loving, and to when things come in that when we feel that energy shift, you'll feel it. If you think about it this way, you'll start to feel, and it's not like I necessarily believe in like a physical energy force, right? It's more just like whatever, our psychological energy, our physical energy. When someone says something to us and we feel, oh, that pit in the stomach and something, that's usually related. In yoga, it's called samskara, which is like a blockage, an energy blockage, which is like something that has happened to you before that triggers something, like something that's happening now brings that up, some kind of unprocessed emotion that you have, that it's like a, you know, like trauma for people with post-traumatic stress disorder. Something might bring up a trauma and they might feel that anxiety. So this year, potentially, our theme will be to focus on that energy and to try to bring it back down to a medium level, to not about analyzing, like what Liga was saying, because that's my instinct too. I think Liga and I are very similar. We want to like analyze everything. But in the book I'm reading now, the next book that I'll be reviewing, which is called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, to notice the energy shifting And then to remember that we are not our body, we are not this other thing, this thing that's bringing us up, we are not this experience that happened to us before. We are the experiencer of all these things. We're the experiencer of this body, the experiencer of what we're hearing, what we're feeling, and to notice it in that way, like as if you were taking a journey through this body and through this life as some type of an alien almost. Hey, Valis! Oh my gosh, is that Valis from Twitch? Is that you? Or is that somebody else? And to experience it that way, like, oh, this is very interesting. This is an interesting, oh, this is what this human feels like when it experiences these triggers and these things, rather than to feel attached to it and just feel like your life is over, to say, okay, this is what's happening, this is what I'm experiencing. I know that more experiences will come, so even if something really horrible happens, I know there's more to come. I'm going to continue to experience things right on through the rest of my life and try to keep that kind of calm energy about it and try to stay objective to it as much as we can, right? I don't worry about how people perceive me. I have too many things to control that's within my control zone. Yeah, we can't control other people. And everything they say and do is about them and not about us. We can't take anything personally. That's what the book, The Four Agreements, is about, by Don Miguel Ruiz. Sorry, that water tastes really bad, so I'm going to go back to drinking my next juice once. My hair looks amazing all of a sudden. What? My hair? I don't think she's talking about my hair. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, you mean because I became you? If we had those fresh Insta filters, you could be some. Imagine if there was an Instagram filter that just made you somebody else. That'd be really creepy. But I still wouldn't be them. I still wouldn't understand the way that they think and perceive the world, right? Maybe it is. I don't remember. Yeah, wait, Twitch. I did do that. Oh my god, hi! I stopped streaming on Twitch. I think you were the first person to ever support my channel from Twitch. And I don't stream on Twitch anymore, but if they shut me down on Periscope, Twitch will be the first place that I start streaming again. But hi, it's good to see you on YouTube. It's really cool. Do you like it when someone sucks your toes? I haven't had someone suck my toes in a very long time. Not that I've never had someone suck my toes, but I can't say that I didn't enjoy it at the time. I'm sorry, Ed. Okay. I want to be Taylor, then comes millions of the bra comments. I'm like, nah, I'm good being me. That's what Ed was saying. He's like, sometimes it's just so much, and I think a lot of people feel like that. They're like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't just deal with this constant, like, criticism and sexual objectification, and, you know, we're all built for different things. Like, someone just asked me if I like having my toes sucked, and instead of blocking them, I answered them. There will always be someone who will find something to get offended by or triggered by. Yeah, intention, right. Yeah, like, if you set out to bother someone, like, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this okay, so this person commented and said, like, you know, you're not considering deaf people. Well, if I set out to do a broadcast and was like, oh, this is really gonna piss them off, I'm gonna do this to spite them, that would be BS. Like, that's a bad intention, right? That's definitely, like, that's like some bad juju out there in the world, karma, whatever you want to call it. I've gone through a transformation. Do you want to tell me about it? What does that mean? This is very exciting. Subtitles. That's the Blue Yeti microphone. It's expensive. It's like $100, I think. Actually, I think it's like $85 at this point, maybe. Maybe that was on sale. Yeah, the blackout. It's not that expensive, though, comparatively to, like, really fancy ones. And it's a USB, so it plugs right into the computer. It's beautiful. And it works really good for ASMR. And it has stereo. So, like, you can hear me over here if you have headphones on, and you can hear me over here, and then I'm here, and then I'm over here, and it's like, whoa, this is crazy. How's this girl on both sides of my head? All right, stop. Just ignore those comments. Some are completely unreasonable. They ask impossible. Yeah. I refuse to watch unless your broadcasts are in Gujarati. I couldn't even pretend to speak that language. So you're telling me all them hand gestures isn't sign language? No, that's just Italian. I think it's Italian. It's part of the Italian language that I also don't speak. Is it gang signs? They're not gang signs. Your critics sound like Marxists. The last thing they want is people learning to help themselves. Oh, I like that. She's holding out on us. Taylor speaks 90 languages plus sign language in 9 different languages. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, sign languages in different languages too. That's a good point. For agreements, yes. I'm so behind in the comments. I'm actually only 7 comments behind. So take that, Liga. I reported that comment but couldn't mute. Oh, okay, thank you. I took away like all my moderators, but Danny and Sonam are both moderators, so we're in good hands here. There's filters now you can use on Periscope. All you need is an app, nothing else. Wait, on your phone? What? That's crazy. I have a filter. Okay, stop, guys. Wait. Oh my god. I've almost done all my content for today, and I didn't even make it to the last chapter of this book. Excuse me. I'm really good, Phallus. I'm feeling very good. I need a shower, and I might be coming down with a cold. But other than that, I'm very good. How are you? Hi, DJ. How are you? Good to see you guys. Okay. So we talked about showing up. We talked about vulnerability. And then the last chapter is called Unqualified and Successful, which is the name of the book. So we kind of talked about that already. But the chapter right before that is called Ripple Effect. And how the actions that we take now, and I don't know if this is exactly how they put it in the book, but this is how I envision this, is actions you take today, you might not recognize the benefit and the outcome of that, the long-term outcome of that action for a very long time. So I remember my ex used to tell me that the life that we're living now is the result of choices that we made 3 years ago. And that's obviously way too concrete and not 100% accurate. But to think of it that way. So if you've been working your butt off for a year, it might not be paying off yet. You might have to keep putting it in there. And you might look back and be like, oh, I've been working so hard for all this time. And hopefully you're having success from that. So if you're in a good place right now, think of where you were 3 years ago and the decisions you were making then. Is there any correlation? And just think back however many years, however long. Just kind of realize that, like, what, if you just got yourself together today, and, people do this this is going to happen in a week, New Year's resolutions. I'm not going to eat sugar this year. I'm not going to drink alcohol. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to stop, binge watching Netflix. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm going to stop smoking. All these things. Like, I'm a new person. I'm getting it together today. Great. Maybe you do. But you're not going to realize the benefits of making those changes in your life unless you continue to make those choices, to continue making those changes, and continue abstaining from whatever it is, your vices, day after 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 day, and that day, next day, and the next day, and it just is like, you just have to keep pushing. And you can take some days off, okay? Just because weird old me that goes live every single day and never takes any days off, you don't have to be that crazy. But if you are, you'll be even more successful. That's how I feel about it. Like, I just started going to school. It's crazy. I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna go live for 3 hours with good content and get all my schoolwork done? And oh my god, what the hell? Why am I taking so many classes at once? Why am I getting my associate's degree in 10 months instead of 2 years? What's wrong with me? Why am I crazy? And then I'm like, oh, let's go to Florida in the middle of it and go to Atlantic City and just live life, like, with the fullness, with the full vigor, which is what I'm trying to do. And then I'm like, what is happening? Like, what is this? And then I realized, well, this is all going to make sense soon enough. Once I have my master's degree and I have my license and I'm a counselor and now I'm counseling, I'm never going to be able to be a counselor unless I make these decisions now, because it takes years to accomplish certain goals. So what are you doing now for your future? Because it's not going to happen right away. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to start eating healthy tomorrow. Well, the more you put that off, the longer you have to wait for the actual benefits of that. Because I realized that I was gaining weight almost 1 year ago now, and I'm the same weight that I was when I realized I had gained like 20 pounds. And I realized, I've looked at the scale, okay, my BMI is healthy, my body weight, my body fat percentage, my muscle weight percentage, all healthy, all good. But I've been wanting to, like, lose a little bit of that, and that hasn't happened, and it's been almost a year of focusing on it, being aware of it. So it takes a long time. Kelly, stop. You know what it is. Everything I do it big. Screaming that's nothing, right? When I pull up to the block, that's stunting. Pickup pattern? What's a pickup pattern? Oh my god, teach me about that. This is like, it's facing me though. This is my mouth. My mouth is like going right into it. What do you mean sideways? It's sideways from the camera, but it's like pointed right at me. A little more? Like that? Better? I don't know what I don't. I love to create content, but I don't know the first thing about nice lighting or making my hair, makeup look nice, or outfits, and making this even not be in this frame. Help me. You need to rotate. Oh, you mean like this? But then it falls over. I've tried tightening it in this position, and then I always feel like it falls over, so then I just like lay it down. Sorry if that's really loud for you guys. Like that? How does that sound? Turn it around. Oh, because now it's facing the wrong way. Okay. That's worse. Duo Dad says that's worse. I mean, it definitely looks worse in the camera, but we can deal with that at a different point. I have it on stereo. Something happened to me. I don't know if it's a dream or what, and I had to come back. Do you know what I mean? No, I honestly don't know what you mean. Can you tell me what you mean? Way better sounding? Oh my god. Jam Man, are you my best friend right now? If you could get married, what dream place you would get married at? I feel like the place doesn't really matter. The beach, somewhere on the beach. Now it's better? Yay! Listen, Kelly, that was your Harry Potter fixation. It's good, and then I can get it out of the frame by putting it over here. But I just have to plug it in on the other side probably, but let's see if we can maneuver something here. Okay, well, it's like on top of my camera now, but I can make that better for next time. I moved the camera, didn't I? Is it close enough to me? I feel like it's so far away from me. Is it okay? Is it too far? Because I love the water? I mean, yeah, I love the ocean. I don't necessarily not like a great swimmer. You like my artwork? Oh, my vision board? Thank you. We can hear you. Yay! I can always adjust the volume too because I have turned it down. Yay, loud. Oh, look, I can be way louder now. Okay, wait, not that loud. Wait, how loud am I normally? Like this? Okay, loudness. Hi, I'm testing my microphone. Sorry. All right, sorry. I think that's about good. Let's just go. Let's give it like that. That's a little bit louder than it was. But now it's farther away, so I can do that. The dial. Yeah, no, this is amazing. I love you right now. Wait, what dial? Wait, oh, you mean the gain? You're talking about the gain? I have no idea what to do with the gain, so I've always just left it all the way down. Because when I turn it up, I'm like, well, that's horrible. Pointing down at me? I don't have a device for this. Well, I have the dial for the headphones, yeah. Well, that's, yeah. But there's dials on the back. There's the gain, and then there's, I can change it between omnidirectional, bidirectional, stereo, and what's the other one called? No, that's, yeah. Oh, and then the one where it's it blocks out the background sound and just picks me up. I don't know if I've ever heard Sonam yell in my life. Thank you, Valis. You're a beautiful soul. I would love to know what happened to you. If you want to message me on Instagram and talk about it or something. Cardioid. I'm doing great. You're my best friend right now. I'm sorry, everyone else who thought I was best friends with you. It's a Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti, the blackout version. Yeah, I've done that before Liga, yeah. And I've always, I just leave it on stereo because I do ASMR videos, and I always forget, half the time I'll be halfway through my ASMR videos and I'll be like, shit, and then I'll have to turn the stereo on, so I just try to leave it on stereo because I usually find that's sufficient for me. But, I mean, I guess I can check it right now. In terms of, if it's good enough with the stereo, because I don't want to take it off stereo just because I do know myself and I have a tendency to forget to change it, and my ASMR videos are not very good without that. Midnight, are you stealing Sonam's jokes right now? Is that Sonam's joke? I've only ever heard Sonam say that. Sorry, that's really loud. Let me mute it. Okay, sorry guys. I was just pulling I have a headphone extension cord, so that I don't have to be so attached to it. I'm not doing voiceovers. That's true. Yeah, Emily knows. Emily's it's fine. She's an audio tech, so. Okay. Hello self. How you doing? Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Yeah, you can still hear the... I'm just curious, though, what the cardioid sounds like. Which way am I going? Oh, yeah, let me mute it. That didn't work. Yeah, you can still hear it. I actually liked it better the other way, I think. You can still hear the... My laptop fan's very loud because it's like a gaming laptop, an Asus. This is something different. I don't know which one this is, actually. This is... Oh, this is like, so if I'm sitting here and someone's sitting on the other side. Yeah, this is very echoey. Yeah, and then this is for people sitting on both sides. This is stereo. Yeah. It is what it is. Well, I love you, Kelly. And my broadcast is over in 8 minutes anyway. Or no, wait. 12 minutes. Hi, Ceci. Interview 1. Yeah. Which I think... Yeah, no. The Omni was the second to last, the one I did right before this one. More echoey, I feel like. At this moment... What? Is it because I'm the only person that's live? Give her her hearts. Wait, you give her me hearts. What do you, what kind of YouTube videos do you do? Technical difficulty. Yeah, it should have a... That's all I really have. I should have better screens prepared for this kind of stuff. I have to elevate. There's so many things that I could do to elevate my business. I'm always like, what the hell? Ceci, thank you for the super hearts. She did it for you, Jam. Maybe. Wow, Midnight. Wow. Well, I'm going to tell Brittany that you said that. I think Midnight said that I was his favorite scoper. So, pretty sure that means he hates you. Leave it on stereo. It cuts out atmospheric interference. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. I wouldn't mind if it was a little louder, but I can just turn it up in my ears. But yeah, that background noise is not great. Mattresses and coffee stuff. James Patton is my name. Mattresses and coffee stuff. Those are two very unique niches. What do you mean you review mattresses? How? What? How did you get into that? This is interesting. You're an interesting person. Thank you for helping me with my audio. Go ahead by all means. He's like, I don't care. Oh yeah, it's Brittany's birthday, you guys. Brittany's birthday is on Festivus, which is amazing. Do I even have Festivus in my calendar? Guys, what am I doing wrong here? I have so much stuff on my calendar. Hey, we're checking in with our goals today. I never checked in with my goals last month. I did a goals broadcast where I talked about how we should check in with our goals, and I don't think I ever did mine. First I wake up, then I drink coffee. AM to PM reviews, I just started reviewing a bed, and then they now send them in. Send them in? To where? What next juice for you, Rich? I'm not sure what you're saying. But I'm not rich. But if you'd like to help me get there, nextjuice.com/support. The link's in the profile. Thanks for your support. How do you review mattresses, and do you review new mattresses or used ones? My house has a ton of mattresses and sleeping stuff. Oh, what? Do you sell them after? Like, can you? Dude, how many mattresses can you fit in your house? Like, once you review it, then what? Like, I mean, if you like it, yeah, you could replace the mattress you have with, yeah, that does sound like a curse. You could replace the mattress you have, and then what do you do with the mattress that you had? I feel like you could sell them on Craigslist, because you don't want to sell that online because the shipping would be astronomical. 21 beds at one time. What? Good money reviewing mattresses? What the heck? I've never heard of this before. Support for this channel, so that I can keep going live every single day, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day. Oh, I forgot I still have my headphones in. Alright, it sounds good enough. I don't need the headphones. Ooh, I gotta get more chargers. I forgot. I'm just gonna do a quick shop on Amazon real quick. 20 people live in the 2-bedroom next door. I assume all their furniture is mattresses. This is fun. You're super rich, Taylor. You don't need money, just friends to be rich, silly, and you got bunches. Okay. Emotionally rich. I like it. I'm down for that. Thank you, Kotrig. Am I saying your name right? I'm sure I'm not. I'm sorry. Can you spell out the pronunciation? Okay. iPhone chargers. Bum 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 bum. Okay, that was a good one. I'm proud of that one. Mostly we just use our garage and spare bedroom for storage. Oh my god, why don't you sell them or anything? What do you plan to do with them? Taylor's super rich, I knew it. Oops, I got a fixed name. Okay. Some mattress manufacturers let you return them. Ooh, okay, that's a better deal. After a while I sell them on Facebook, but affiliate market them. Yeah, I mean affiliate marketing is one thing, but what about the actual physical mattress in your house? Like, I'm gonna be at the beach all 2020? Nah. I still gotta get my degree. I think we are going to the beach, though, in February. No, I lied. We're not going to the beach. We're going to Florida. It's illegal to sell used mattresses. Not if they're marked used. I used to sell used mattresses under my durable medical equipment company. You just have to mark them as used. Clearly, it has to be on, like, a yellow label on the corner of it. There's guidelines, but you can. As long as you're upfront about it. Bye now. Place your order. No, I don't want to pay with my other credit card because... Okay, so does anyone have an Amazon credit card? Because I'm just wondering if the cashback is a scam. Because I feel like it is. Because it doesn't give me cash back. Try out mattresses you find on the street, maybe? No. What are you buying? I was just buying some chargers. People get a great deal if I sell one in my garage since they're used for a week or two. Yeah, exactly. You're not an Amazon credit card user. Is it good? Well, you're supposed to get 5% cash back on all Amazon purchases, but I feel like I'm missing something because I paid my tuition, which was $2,700, and I did not get the cash back. Used mattresses. Well, I mean, like, this guy reviews mattresses for a living. It's not like it's bed bugs. Call Amazon to make sure. Well, I'm reading about it right now. It's like something like with points. Okay, you can. Oh, okay. I'm too poor to buy stuff off Amazon. Amazon's the cheapest place to buy stuff. What do you mean? Did she really do that? They're new when I get them, then I sell them after a while because they're taking over. Yeah, Amazon is life. How does one get into mattress reviewing? I think you review a mattress and then hopefully you get picked up. I sell a lot of Amazon beds as an affiliate. That's awesome. I'm not going to let fear stop me from reviewing street mattresses. Stop. Okay, so it says 5% back at Amazon.com in Whole Foods Market for eligible Prime members. Learn more below. Okay, well, I have Prime because Ed has Prime. This combo is funny. You just start making content. Yes. Yeah. It says, see, but then here it says earn 5% back. So it doesn't actually say 5% cash back. May earn 3% back instead of 5% back. People do take mattresses, yeah. But not always. You can get a mattress reviewer job through a temp agency. I already read this. I wonder if, because Ed has an Amazon credit card and my Amazon Prime is under his account, I wonder if my Amazon card gets 5% or just his does. Because he doesn't use his as much as I do, and we should make it mine the primary 5% card instead. But even if you don't have Amazon Prime, it says you still get 3% back. But 3% back, it doesn't say cash back. But I thought I was getting cash back at one point. I can rate your reviews. I'm not really in the market for a mattress right now, but I mean, it sounds like you're doing quite well. That's pretty cool that you're doing that. I'm just not like, I don't drink coffee and I'm really not shopping. We got a brand new mattress like a year ago. We're happy with this. I don't know. 3% is not great. My Costco one is better. Costco? Wait, what do you mean you get 3% back like on Costco purchases? I don't even think there's a Costco around here. Oh yeah, no, my God, no. I pay it all off every month. It's just for the cash back. I definitely don't have any debt. See, I don't know that I fully understand this. Go to your account and select payment options. Payment options. Oh, here we go. Maybe it just took a while for the points to apply. Hang on. What was it was like 2,700 times 0.05. See, no, that should be $135, right? 5%, 0.05. Yeah, so why do I have $45 available? That's more than I had last time I checked, which was $0, but see, it says 4,507 points, which is translating to $45.07 available. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't, no, yeah, because my tuition wasn't on Amazon.com. Okay, right, sorry, I'm being stupid. 2,700, so I think that's just 1% cash back. $27. Okay, so they are giving it to me, I think. When did this become available? It says earns 5% back. Okay. Well, we'll just see what happens. Yep. Okay. Sorry. Nextjuice.com. That's the website where you can support this channel to keep it going. I wanted to buy a PS2, but I don't want to over 1,000. I don't know why. On Amazon. Thought you were gonna leave. Gotta get some sleep. Okay, good night, Sassy. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the super hearts. PS2 costs over $100. They should be $10. Yeah, PS2 is old. I don't think it costs $1,000, does it? What is it, like vintage now? Now you got me wanting to look it up. PlayStation 2. Maybe it's hard to find them or something. Nope, $125. I'm like a mattress for your medulla oblongata. Yeah, I should probably. PS5 is coming soon. Wait for it. Can check new too. That was a refurbished, yeah. Well, there's probably not a whole lot of new ones because they're not making them anymore, I wouldn't think. All right. I probably do have to go. He's like, I thought you were going. Okay, I'm going. You're right. But that was fun. Okay, but first, let me promote. I'll do the book at the end. So let me just quickly promote signing up for an Amazon Visa. Now, okay, if you're in debt and if you cannot be trusted with a credit card because you will max it out and not be able to pay it, do not get it. None. No credit cards, no matter how great of an offer they give you. Don't do it. No, but it was like $125 refurbished on Amazon, so you maybe could have got some money for it. In a past life, well, I mean, earlier in this life, we've seen each other on Twitch. Good night, Jam. So if you sign up, they have a reward. So if you sign up for the Amazon Visa gift card through Chase, and either one, but you get benefits for both. The Amazon.com store rewards card, which is that's like a Macy's card. You can only use that on Amazon.com, and you don't want to use that. You want to use the Chase one if your credit score is good enough to get approved. Excuse me. So if you sign up for both of those, they give you money. They give you it was a lot for me. I don't know if it was because I was purchasing a lot because I was buying Christmas presents, but it was like, why am I so itchy? Oh, because I need to take a shower. It was like $40 to $50 per card, so I ended up getting 100, maybe even more. I think actually one was like $70. I ended up getting like $125, I want to say, of just cash. Like they were like just for signing up for the cards. So yeah, it might hit your credit score a little bit. So depending on what your credit score is like, but if you're like me and you have like no credit or debt and like your credit score is like 700 something, then I highly recommend it because you get money, especially if you shop on Amazon. Pretty much only if you shop on Amazon, because then you get the cash immediately. Plus you get 5% off. 5% cash back, which is like 5% off all Amazon.com purchases. 2% off at restaurants, pharmacies, and gas stations, and then 1% off on all other purchases everywhere else. And I'm saying off, but it's cash back, right? So it's cash back on the card. I mean, it's awesome. So the Amazon.com store card, you get 5% off all Amazon.com purchases and Whole Foods as well for both. But you don't get the benefits of the other things, and you can't use them other places, so it just makes sense to just use the one Visa through Chase Amazon card. So there you go. I saved you guys some money, made you some money. Boom. Okay, Danny, will you remind me? Will you text me so I don't forget? Hey, Sonoma. Hey, I'm just about to sign off. Good to see you guys. Oh, I can't believe it's 3:30 in the morning. Okay, Valis. I'll see you later. Thanks for being here, and thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I appreciate that. I'm so sleepy. All of a sudden. Ellie, thank you for the super hearts. Sonam, thank you for the super hearts. Duo, thank you for the super hearts. Ellie with 4,000 super hearts. Appreciate you so much, my friend. Kieran, top contributor of super hearts in this broadcast with 10,000 super hearts. Thank you. You're going to get a shout out. I shout out my top super heart contributors from every single broadcast throughout the month. At the end of the month, the first week of the new year, he'll get a shout out. And Butterfly, thank you for almost 10,000 super hearts. Shara for almost 6,000. Thank you, Gary, Eunice, Brad, Noah, and Nina for all of the super hearts. These are the people who have contributed on the website over the last 30 days. So if you'd like to support the channel, you can do it at the link right in the profile, nextjuice.com/support. I really appreciate that. If you want to get the book that I reviewed today, Unqualified Success by Rachel Stewart, the link is in the description on the YouTube channel. And if this nearly 2-hour video reviewing this book and talking about God knows what else is too long for you to digest, then you can get a written version of a summary and review of this book, which I'll email to you in January. And I only send reviews out 3 times a year. So one time every 4 months, I'll email you. It's a written review and summary of every single book I read over the last 4 months, and I read 52 books a year. And it's totally free. So you can sign up for that at nextjuice.com. Love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for watching both on Periscope and on YouTube. Remember, I'm live on Periscope every single day, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day. So that's your last chance to follow me. Thank you for all the super hearts. Thank you for all the contributions on the website. And I hope to see you guys back tomorrow, where I'll be going live about more positive content for 3 hours, like I do every day. And we'll be celebrating Festivus. Happy Festivus and happy birthday, Brittany's Quest. It rhymes. It kind of rhymes. I love you, Tressa. Bye, Emily. Bye, Duo. Bye, Ellie. Hope to see you on the next juice. This has been a moment in time with me. My name's Taylor. Okay, bye.